Hey there guys, welcome back to Pokemon Showdown. This is going to be part 2 of my my Road to 1500 series, where I'll be trying to get from the bottom of the ladder to 1500 ELO, which is kind of like a mid-ranking level. It's not quite high enough to be on the leaderboard, but it's decent. It's a decent, respectable rank. I'm going to be using the same team I did in the last episode, so I kind of go over it in a more expansive way in the previous episode, but it's basically It was originally supposed to be based around passing Swords Dance from Celebi to either Lucario or Hawlucha, but in practice most games don't tend to involve that pass actually working. It's kind of, Celebi's kind of used as for its defensive purposes, and it's just mainly built around, often it's built around Rotom Wash and Scizor just kind of volt switching and U-turning into the more offensive Pokemon. Last time we won 5 games in a row, which was nice, but I'm not expecting continued luck this time. This is probably not one of my strongest teams. I think it's decent, but not so decent that I'm expecting to keep winning consistent games. Anyway, for now we are looking for a game, and there should be one popping up pretty soon. It doesn't usually take too long. We are only at like rank, I think our current ELO is about 1100 and something, which is not particularly high, so there should be quite a few players around our rank looking for games right now. Okay, we got one. I'm not sure what it is yet. A little bit weird. Mantine. That's an odd choice, definitely. I forgot what this Sigilif, I think it's called. I've not seen that in OU for a while. I've had Yanmega, I guess, isn't completely weird. Yeah, it's kind of a mixed team. I am actually pretty weak to Charizard, to be honest, so I think that's mainly what I'm worried about, and for that reason I'm going to lead off with the Heatran. He goes for the Sigilif lead. This is probably going to start setting up Cosmic Power, I think, but that shouldn't be a problem for a long time. Actually, yeah, he goes straight over to Mantine, which is fine. I assume he's going to go for the Defog. I could actually potentially try going for the Swords Dance pass now. It's probably a bit too soon, because Lucario can't really sweep as long as Gliscor's still alive. Potentially Hawlucha could, just because I'm not sure how this thing would actually damage. I don't think Gliscor can particularly damage my Hawlucha, but then my Hawlucha can't particularly damage the Altaria, so I'm not sure. I might have to try and go. Oh, it's got Earthquake. Okay, I'm not sure what rank this guy is, but Mantine, extremely low physical attack stats, so it's not really a Pokemon that I could actually use Baton Pass here just to scout. Mantine's not really a Pokemon that can use physical moves at all well, so yeah. See what he does. Okay, I expected him to switch out there. It looks like he's not going to, so I'm going to go to Rotom in that case and just go for the Volt Switch. Should force him out. He goes for Toxic. That makes a lot more sense than Earthquake. I guess if he's like super worried about Heatran, then Earthquake could be the best move against that, but even then you'd much rather just go for Scald. So that just seems like a really weird choice to me. He goes out to the Gliscor. That's very brave of him, but I guess it worked out. I could stay in and try to start going for Hydro Pump. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of those sets with Substitute and Protect and stuff, so I'm not gonna stay in and potentially get Toxic stalled. I'm just gonna go straight over to Scizor, which should be able to handle pretty much anything this guy can do. Oh, he's actually Swords Dance. Okay, that's actually quite scary, because this Scizor is not really in a position to be able to deal with that. I need to go to something that is. Celebi might be okay. If he has knockoff though, he might be okay against me. I could potentially go to Hawlucha. Hawlucha should be fine. It'll be fine against Earthquake, it'll be fine against knockoff, but probably not so fine against Facade. I should have stayed in with the Rotom, because I could have gone for the Hydro Pump, but it's really weird that he even brought this out and left it out against the Rotom. Like, either that's an absolute master play, or this is just extremely odd. I'm going to go back into the Rotom. I think that is the safest play, but this is really weird. If I lose to this, I'm going to be annoyed. Let's go with the Hydro Pump. I'm going to be really annoyed if I lose to this, because like, this... Why would you possibly send in a Gliscor and a Rotom and start setting up Swords Dance? It makes absolutely no sense. But we'll see how it goes. Please don't have Facade. If he has knockoff, I think Hawlucha can probably be okay-ish. But if he has Facade, that could actually be a real danger. And it would also be really ridiculous, because I don't even know why he's still in. I don't know why he left Gliscor in, or even why he switched it in the first place. Both of those seem extremely risky. Ah shit, he does a Facade, okay. Fortunately that does do a nice amount of damage. I don't know if it's too late though. I could go to Scizor. I don't think that the Bullet Punch will do enough damage. Potentially Lucario. It depends who's more powerful out of Lucario and Scizor, who's more powerful out of the Bullet Punch or the Extreme Speed. That is the advantage of, that Bullet Punch is the advantage of the Technician boost plus Stab, whereas Extreme Speed is the advantage of the Life Orb and just higher attack stat in general. If he goes for Earthquake here, that's a really good prediction, but it's strange in general. This is really silly. Like, this situation should not have happened, because in any normal game, you would not leave a Gliscor in and start setting up Swords Dance against a Rotom, unless you're like the absolute master of reverse psychology, which I just don't think this guy is. I think that's just a really weird decision. I actually could have stayed in there, I think. He goes straight for the Facade. Holy shit, he gets a crit. For fuck's sake, dude. What the fuck? Okay. That was so annoying, because I predicted that perfectly. I should have survived that fairly handily. He actually has Knockoff, so I don't know if he even has Earthquake. That's really annoying to have lost a Pokemon to that, though. Like, that was a Pokemon I could potentially have closed the game with. And now that's not going to be possible. It also would have helped me against the Charizard, which I'm now extremely weak to. So yeah, that's a big problem. I don't know how I'm going to deal with the Charizard, to be honest. Okay, the Gliscor goes down. I do still have Stealth Rock, which should help me a little bit to deal with the Charizard, but really I would have needed to keep Lucario around just to finish it off with the Extreme Speed, so yeah, I'm really not happy about that crit. See what he does now. This guy is taking a long time to make his moves. Okay, he goes out to the Charizard. I'm not sure what to expect from this. I'm almost tempted to sack here. I think I'll probably go for the Rotom switch, just because it's not really going to do much else this game. He doesn't Mega Evolve for some reason. I'm not sure why. Heat Wave, which implies that he's probably Charizard Y, which Heatran might be able to deal with. I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch. Okay, I have no idea what to think now. He's got Dragon Claw and Heat Wave, which is a strange combination. I could go to Hawlucha, but if he Mega Evolves here and goes for the Heat Wave, that could actually take me out in one hit, which would be not very nice. Heatran is probably the obvious switch. It's just that if he turns out to have Earthquake, that would be a really annoying loss. Let's go for it. Yeah, because I kind of need this thing to deal with the Yanmega. And it could help with Altaria as well. Probably not. I think Scizor is probably going to be just as useful against those two. But okay, yes, Thunder Punch. This should kill him. Yeah, we do get the hits, so fortunately we're not going to get too badly hacked this game. Goes out to the Mantine, that's absolutely fine. I think I can safely bring in Celebi. And this time we can look to get a successful pass off. Goes for the Earthquake again. I'm not sure what he's going to switch in here. This time I'm not going to switch out though, I'm going to go straight for the Swords Dance. Hopefully he'll stay in again like he did last time. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, he does stay in again. He's got Toxic. That's absolutely fine because I have a Natural Cure anyway, so that's completely fine. I wouldn't be surprised if he switches out here though. So just to be safe, I think I'm going to go to Hawlucha. I'm going to pass now. It would be better to save it for a bit later so that I can actually increase my attack a bit more and actually have a chance of knocking out the Altaria in one hit. But I don't think that's realistic. I think I just need to play it safe and get off the early pass. Okay, he actually does stay in. That's interesting. I'm just going to go straight to the Hawlucha. He goes for Gunk Shot. I didn't even know that Mantine could learn Gunk Shot. Okay, I would have ideally actually liked to be hit by that so that I could use Rest, activate my Unburden, and also increase the damage of my Acrobatics. Because if he has Mega Altaria here, which I assume he does because he didn't Mega Evolve the Charizard, then I'm not sure what to make of that. I'm not sure why people are even joining this game right now. That's kind of confusing. Let's go with... It's really hard to decide, because if he switches... No, you know what, I should probably bulk up, because he can't really switch out right now. Tries to go for Toxic, it doesn't work. I'm just gonna keep bulking up. If he turns out to be Hyper Voice Altaria, that could be a massive problem. I'm hoping that I'll just be able to boost up my attacks so much that I'll be able to blow straight through it, but it depends, you know, like I kind of have to be pretty unlucky for that to be a problem. Why are all these people joining? What the fuck? Has this been mentioned in the lobby or something? What's going on? I'm looking through the lobby to see if someone's been linking to this game. No one's saying anything. No, I can't see it mentioned in the lobby anywhere. I don't know why these people are joining. They're starting to leave again now. Not sure what that was about. Okay, he's equally confused, which just makes this all the more confusing. I don't know. Maybe they can't find their own battles or something. I'm not sure. It did take quite a while for me to find this battle. Okay, so now I can safely rest up. I'm hoping he won't go for Toxic twice in a row. That wouldn't make much sense. There's more people joining again. What the fuck? Yeah, this should be fine. I assume he'll go for an attack here, which means that I won't need to worry about status, or will I? No, I won't. So I should now be pretty safe to go for the Acrobatics sweep. I'm not sure what can stop me here. Oh, I see what's going on. Basically, there are a limited number of battles left, and no one can get a new battle right now. So people are crowding around to watch the battles that are still going on. So that would be my one. And that also means I'm going to have to postpone the rest of the recording for this episode, just because it looks like there won't be any more battles possible at this time. So yeah, it's gonna be closing up pretty soon. This thing, I should still be faster than it at +1. I don't think he'll be able to get +2 unless he gets a lucky second protect. He doesn't even try. I think we should be able to just win the game now. Yeah, we should be fine. I hope the crowd enjoyed the game. I'm gonna say GG. Look at all these people joining, what the fuck? I think the server's shutting down. Okay, he does Mega Evolve. I do enough damage. I don't know if the crit mattered or not. I'm gonna say GG, and then I'm gonna leave. It looks like I'm not gonna be able to find any more battles now though, so I'm gonna have to resume this recording some other time. Alright, we're back. That only took about 2 seconds to be honest, so that's all good. Let's get another battle with the exact same team. The server has just restarted, so I'm assuming there's going to be quite a lot of people looking for battles right now, so hopefully a game will come up in the next few seconds. Okay, here we go. It looks like we got... I'm not sure what to describe this team as. It's like Stall, and then it's randomly got an Aerodactyl, and it's also got a Ditto. I'd say it's Stall overall, but it's like a really strange looking Stall team. My main Stall breaker is Lucario, but I don't want to be bringing that in unless I absolutely have to, especially because Aerodactyl could probably revenge kill this. Obviously, Extreme Speed won't do particularly well against the Aerodactyl since it resists it. So I want to wait till that's dead before I attempt to go for any sweep. I assume he's going to lead off with the Skarmory, so I'm going to lead off with the Heatran. I could also lead with Rotom. That would also work pretty well. I could get the burn off on the Lantern. See what he does. I think Heatran should be a fairly safe lead. It does fairly well against all of these, although it doesn't do too well against Aerodactyl, whereas Rotom does. Rotom does well against pretty much everything, so I'm going to go for the Rotom lead. Okay, looks like it's made its decision for me. That's actually perfect because this thing can really not deal with Heatran, so I'm just going to set up Stealth Rock. He's going to be forced out probably to Chansey. No, he's staying in. Pain Split. That's I guess he predicted me to go for an attacking move, but no, I had no intention of doing that. I'm going to go for Lava Plume now. Try and get the burn. He does go out to Chansey now. Okay, so what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to use this as an opportunity to set up... Not to set up, but to get my Scizor Mega Evolved, I think. Could also go to Celebi and start setting up, but I don't think that's a great idea since he could just go to Skarmory and whirlwind me out. Goes for the Thunder Wave, which is actually a bit of a problem. I kind of assumed that he'd be Toxic for some reason. I mean, it's a fairly defensive team, and most of the time, defensive teams will go for the Toxic Chansey over the Toxic Chansey over the Thunder Wave Chansey. He goes back out to this thing. Okay, this time I can give more consideration to what I want to bring in on this. Potentially Hawlucha could do quite well in this game, but I need to wait till the Ditto's out of the picture. So in the meantime, I think I can start spreading burns potentially. So I'm gonna try that now. I could have gone back out to Heatran actually. I might actually do that. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go back out to Heatran, just because I might at least waste a PP. Like, there's no way this thing can do any real damage to me. He goes out to Lantern. That's actually a bit annoying. Okay, I need to. It depends how much special attack investment this thing has, because it's not particularly strong. It might not do that much damage to me. Celebi should be a safe switch either way though, so we're gonna go for that for now. Goes for Scald, that's fine. I assume that this Skarmory is going to come in. I'm still going to go for the Sword Stance just in case it doesn't, but I'm assuming that's what he's going to go for. Yeah, he does go out to the Skarmory. I'm going to go... I'm not sure if I want to give away that I have Baton Pass already, and there's not really much point Baton Passing a Sword Stance to a Heatran. So I think what I'm going to do... I could go to Lucario and just fire off a really powerful close combat. In fact, I think I will do that. I think that's a good thing to do. You should be able to KO it from that range. You go straight for the Whirlwind. Okay, that's fair enough. So that's confirmed that he does have that. I'm just going to go straight over to Heatran. Like, no reason not to. Potentially I could also go to Rotom, just to use Will-O-Wisp. Looks like the lag has made its decision for me. Goes for the Defog. I'm just going to put the rock straight back up. Like, I'm not at all threatened by this thing. He switches over to the Ditto. Okay, that's interesting. It looks like he's going to get his own rocks up against me. But I do get to use this to my advantage. He's going to use some kind of move that... Obviously he can't actually damage me himself. I'm pretty sure he's going to go for Stealth Rock. So that would give me a free turn to set up with pretty much anything I like. I don't really want to risk switching directly into Lucario though. I could go to Rotom. That would work decently well. I think I will go to Rotom and just use Will-O-Wisp. Okay, he's got Quick Claw, that's interesting. He actually goes for the Stone Edge, so it would have been a really good decision to go into Lucario, but that didn't work out. I assume he's going to go straight out to the Lantern here, so I'm actually going to go for Will-O-Wisp. Try and at least burn that so I can cripple it. Yeah, he does, okay. Does land, fortunately, so that thing will be getting worn down now. I'm not sure if the Chansey will have Aromatherapy or Heal Bell or anything. I think it could do, since it doesn't seem to have Stealth Rock, it seems reasonably likely that it could. It has Thunder Wave, it probably has Soft Boiled, so I'd say Thunder Wave, Soft Boiled, Seismic Toss. It's still possible that it has Stealth Rock. So I'm going to go over to the Celebi. Go for an instant Baton Pass, assuming that it'll go straight over to the Skarmory again. And probably bring the Heatran back out. Or potentially it could go straight back out to Rotom, but I think Rotom's already done its job of burning the Lantern, so I think it would make more sense to go out to... Okay, yes, she goes to Weezing, okay. Again, that just kind of brings Heatran in, that's not really a problem. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back out to the Ditto here, so I'm just gonna... I'm gonna go for the Roar, I think. He could also go for the... Pain Split. And I could just use this as a chance to weaken this thing, but I'm not too threatened by it either way, so I think I'm going to go for Roar. Yeah, he does go for the Pain Split. Just going to roar it out, see what we get. He goes out to this thing, that's kind of annoying. That's kind of like one of the things I'd least like to come out, although actually, I wouldn't want Aerodactyl coming out, I wouldn't want Chansey coming out. Like, this whole team has quite a few switch-ins to Heatran, potentially. I assume this time he's going to go for Stealth Rock, because he didn't last time and it would have made sense for him to do that. It's not really a problem though, I'm just going to go for Roar again, I think. Yeah, he does go for the Stealth Rock this time, that's pretty annoying. Comes straight back out to this thing. I'm going to attack it this time. I'd be surprised if he switched out here just because he knows that I could just go for Roar again. So he might stay in and try and just fire off whatever move he can. No, he does actually switch out, okay. Yeah, critical hit. Crit burn, awesome. So that thing is going to have to start recovering now. What I'm going to probably do here is... I could go out to Lucario. I don't want to get paralyzed though, so I'm probably going to go out to Scizor. could potentially get rid of the hazards here, but I think the better option would be just to go for U-turn. Grab momentum against whatever he switches in. Okay, goes out to Weezing, which is not too surprising. I'm gonna have to just bring in Heatran once again. Okay, he actually stays in this time. I don't get the burn though, so that's pretty annoying. I'm just gonna stay in, like there's no reason for me to switch out, he can't really threaten me. He could keep using Plane Split if he's like really worried about the Heatran, but I don't think he will. Yeah, he doesn't. He goes out to the Lantern, unless he has Wish on his Chansey. This thing is going to be getting worn down pretty quickly, so I'm actually almost tempted to stay in, but I don't think I will. I think Celebi is the obvious switch. Okay, he has Rest. That's annoying. This is. I guess he could beat me, but this is going to be a really long, tedious game either way. Let's go for the. Let's predict the Skarmory switch once again and just go straight for the Baton Pass here. He goes straight out to Skarmory. Let's go out to the Rotom. Then I assume he's going to go back out to the Lantern actually, and this time I really can't do anything to it. So I'm going to go out to the... I don't know, I could just keep switching back and forth, but that wouldn't really achieve much. I could go to Lucario here, anticipating the Lantern switch, but then if he uses Sleep Talk and he happens to use Scald, and Scald happens to burn me, that would be a really big problem. I can think about whether the Hawlucha can actually potentially sweep him at some point. It's not going to be possible until this thing is significantly weaker though. So I'm gonna go straight back to Celebi. Okay, he goes for Defog. I don't actually mind that. I'm surprised he stayed in though, because I could have just used Volt Switch and that would have fucked him up. I guess he probably knew that I wouldn't go for that, because he could easily have switched his Lantern into that. I'm just gonna go straight out to Heatran, like no reason not to. Goes for the Iron Head, that's absolutely fine. I'm gonna set up my rocks. No, actually I'm gonna use... I could anticipate the Ditto switch here, and go over to something that can irritate that at least a little bit, but I'm not sure what that would be. His Ditto actually has Quick Claw, doesn't it? So he could actually switch moves, which is something you're not really used to when you play against Ditto. 9 times out of 10 it's going to have Choice Scarf, because that's really the only good Ditto set. I don't think Quick Claw is just not really a good set. Just going to play it safe with the Lava Plume. Actually goes out to Aerodactyl. Let's hope we get the burn, because that would be amazing. No, we don't. That's annoying. Okay, I think Rotom should be a decently safe switch into this. Evolves to Mega Aerodactyl. He's got Aqua Tail. Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to play around here. I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch just to weaken this. He goes for Pursuit for some reason. Okay, so he's now really weak. I can bring out Scizor and threaten him with the Bullet Punch. I assume he's going to switch out, but I'm just going to use that excuse to set up Stealth Rock if he does. And then he'll have to defog if he wants to bring this thing back in. Okay, switches out to Ditto. That's probably fine, to be honest. Yeah, this thing's not really a threat, so I'm gonna U-turn straight out to probably Heatran. If he goes for U-turn, he's gonna move first, so that means I get momentum against him. So yeah, it should be all good here. Yeah, he goes for the Bullet Punch for some reason. In that case, I'm gonna be able to just go to Heatran quite safely. And he's gonna have to switch here. There's no way he can risk staying in. So I could go for a Stone Edge, just anticipating something to switch in, or I could just set up my rocks again. Either would work pretty okay. I'm gonna set up my rocks. Yeah, that was the right decision in that case. Just go straight out to Celebi again, and probably go straight for the Baton Pass again, because there's no point setting up while he's... Okay, it looks like... Oh, he does have Sleep Talk. Okay. Yeah, so it wouldn't be safe to bring in my Lucario against this thing. I'm assuming he's going to switch over to the Skarmory again, so I'm just going to go straight for the... Okay, he doesn't switch over. That's really interesting. Like, I could just attack him, and I could hit him with a Seed Bomb, and he'd be in a bit of trouble. I guess that he's... sooner or later, I'm going to catch him out if he keeps playing like this, so... Should be okay. Which Pokemon should I bring in? This is really like my only decent switch into this, so it's not an awful lot I can bring in. I think Rotom should be relatively safe unless he gets the annoying Thunderbolt pick, which he could. No, he actually doesn't even use Sleep Talk. Okay. Let's just go straight out to Celebi again. Goes for the Thunderbolt. I'm assuming this time he will actually switch since he's woken up from his sleep now. There's really no reason for him to stay in. Yeah, he stays in again. Okay. As soon as I do go for Seed Bomb, he's gonna switch. It's predictable. Alright, let's go back out to Celebi. He gets the burn, so I can't even use Seed Bomb nicely now. I'm gonna stay in anyway. Set up a Sword Stance. He goes for Scald again. Okay, that's fine. This time I'm gonna Baton Pass. I hope he does switch out this time. And if he goes, yeah, he needs to switch to Skarmory now. He doesn't. He goes to Ditto. Interesting. Okay, now potentially I can do pretty well against this. I mean, it can't really threaten Hawlucha or Lucario. I don't know if Lucario can do enough damage to take it out in one hit, though. I tell you, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to calc it. Open Showdown. Damage calc. Okay, so let's have a standard Lucario on our side. Max attack Adamant sitting at +2 with Life Orb against the Celebi with, I think, base 48 HP, which is Ditto's, I think that's Ditto's HP. So that would be Extreme Speed would do 58 to 68% damage. Damn, okay, it's a roll. Could go into Hawlucha. The problem is Hawlucha can't really sweep through the Skarmory in the same way that Lucario could. And I would quite like to take this thing out. If the Ditto comes out against my Lucario, he doesn't have Choice Scarf, so it might actually be okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Lucario, because he can't really damage me anyway. So yeah. Hopefully he'll stay in here. He could go to Skarmory. I should be able to take out the Skarmory with this, but yeah, I'm not sure. He could go to Weezing, and in that case I might be forced to play around with the Iron Tail Miss, which I really don't want to do. Okay, he does actually stay in, we do get the kill, so that's awesome. Okay, he goes out to this thing. I'm pretty sure I can take this out from this range, so I'm just going to go straight for the close combat. Awesome, okay, so now we can't remove the hazards, so that means Aerodactyl's dead. Weezing. I really hope I hit the Weezing. That's what I need to win this game. Yeah, I need to hit this thing with the Iron Tail. Fingers crossed. Yes, we do get it, awesome, so that's the game one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we can finish everything off with close combat now, so that's going to be game. This thing I'm pretty sure won't survive. Yeah, I'm completely positive this thing can't survive. Like, this is an extremely hard-hitting set, and it's put at +2, so yeah, go straight down. And obviously Chansey, absolutely no chance Chansey will survive. Aerodactyl can't even come in because of the Stealth Rock, that's going to be game. Damn, lucky crit. Right, GG. Let's get at least one more. I'd quite like to get up to 10 games this time round, but I'm not sure it's going to be possible. He's got Electrode, that's really odd. I'm not sure what to expect from that. What Pokemon can deal with Electrode? I think Celebi can potentially deal with this entire team. Yeah, Celebi can potentially deal with the entire team. But I think Heatran is the safer lead. He could also go for the Lopunny lead actually, and in that case I'd probably want... probably Scizor. Yeah, Scizor should be a reasonably safe lead. He does actually go for the Electrode lead. I'm assuming this won't have Hidden Power Fire, so it should be pretty safe to just get the Mega Evolution off, go for U-turn. He goes for Taunt, that's absolutely perfect. We're just going to be able to do a nice... Whoa, that's really bulky. What the fuck? What kind of set is this? That's a really weird set. Okay, let's just bring in Heatran, go for Lava Plume. What does he have that wants to come in on Lava Plume? Absolutely nothing, really. Could go to Tyranitar just for the resistance, but he's risking a burn here. That did almost no damage, which makes me think this might be Assault Vest. Which also makes me think that he probably can't do too much damage to me. I could go to Lucario here. I would think that he'd use Earthquake. I just don't want to risk that he has Fire Blast or something, which he could do. I should be faster than him though. If he has Assault Vest, I should be faster. So I should be pretty safe just to go for U-turn. Yeah, he stays in. I assume that means but I don't know. He can't do anything to Rotom, so I'll just go to that. It should be fine. Here's a Low Kick. What would that have done to Scizor? Nothing. I could have actually like done this as the one time when unmega evolved Scizor could be useful, because I actually I run light metal, so they would have done half as much damage. But yeah, I don't really want to Volt Switch, because then he just gets momentum against me, but I think he's going to get momentum either way, so whatever, let's just go for it. Tyranitar is now out of the picture. What can I bring in that will force him to go out to something I'm not threatened by? I don't want to go to Heatran, because then he can bring in the Crawdaunt, which is one thing I specifically do want to keep out. What does he have for Scizor? His team actually seems pretty Scizor weak. Could bring in Chesto and just start setting up spikes, which would be pretty annoying. Hawlucha would probably bring in the Lopunny. I'm gonna go for Lucha. This could also force in the Electrode, which is absolutely fine, because then I can just go straight back out to Heatran. Yeah, I think this is probably the right choice. Yeah, he goes out to the Electrode, kind of what I expected. I could go to Celebi, but then he's just going to use Taunt, so I think Heatran's... Yeah, he has nothing that wants to come in on Lava Plume whatsoever, so... Yeah, he goes for Toxic, that's not a problem. This is a really weird set. Okay, he disconnects. I'm not going to risk starting up another game, so I'm going to wait till that times out, and then I'll go find another one. Okay, he times out, so we're now up to 8 wins, 1,226 elo. That's about 100 higher than when we started, so that's pretty decent going. Might lose the next game though, you never know. Could be pushed back down. Okay, we've got a much more standard looking team this time. It's extremely threatening looking as well. It's got the Magnezone to trap my Scizor. What else has it got? It's got an extremely threatening Terrakion potential lead, also Garchomp potential lead. Venusaur could come in to Celebi. I think that's probably what he'd do, so I could trick him to go to... he's also got Talonflame though, and that's also going to be a problem. I'm expecting that his lead is probably going to be Terrakion. I think Rotom might be my best bet. Okay, he goes for the Magnezone lead. That's quite scary. I think Celebi should be a safe switch in. Then I can't sweep with Lucario until Garchomp is weakened and Terrakion is out of the picture. But once I've done that, I might potentially be able to sweep with Lucario at +2. Just need to weaken those aforementioned two things. You could go for Pursuit here. That would be a bit of a problem. I'm gonna go to Scizor. Just use U-turn. Goes for Knockoff. That's absolutely fine. I'm not expecting Scizor to contribute much to this game. I mean, he's going to get trapped by Magnezone at some point. He goes out to Talonflame, that's okay, I think. I don't know. Rotom could work? I need to decide between Rotom and Heatran. I mean, Heatran I'm really playing with the burn chance. So Rotom's probably the more reliable switch. On the other hand, he doesn't have hazard removal. Yeah, he doesn't have hazard removal. Okay, so that's actually one potential way that I could get some luck against him. He's not... Yeah, he's got 2 Stealth Rock Pokemon, but he's got no hazard removal. He's probably going to be forced into Terrakion here. I've lost my... Okay, he goes to Garchomp. That also makes sense. I don't have much for this. I think Rotom's probably my best bet. Yeah, I'll go to Rotom just to be safe. Goes for Earthquake, that's perfect. Let's go for the Will-O-Wisp and just catch something out. He stays in. I'm faster than him, so I guess he's using... Okay, he's got Roar. I would personally have Dragon Tail on this thing. He forfeits. Excellent. Okay, great. Alright, let's get another one. 10th battle. And this team is also extremely standard looking. I assume that the Lopunny lead will be what he goes with, since that's an obvious choice. Although Gengar is always a very difficult Pokemon to deal with, so potentially I need to plan out for that. I don't have much for Gengar. I think Heatran's probably my best bet, so I'm going to lead with the Heatran just in case he does go for the Gengar. He actually goes for the Lopunny. So I'm going to go out to Scizor just to take what I hope will be a fake out. And then I assume that he'll go over to probably Ferrothorn, although he could go to Rotom as well. But I'll be using U-turn either way, I think. He goes straight in for the high jump kick. Okay, that's very ballsy. I'm going to have to Roost in that case. He goes for it again. It's not going to kill me because I get the extra bulk from Mega Evolving. He's probably going to switch out now, I assume. No, he actually stays in. He gets a crit. Fuck. How did I survive that? That was a roll, I think, but yeah, that's a relief. That would have really annoyed me. Okay, so now that we know that he needs a second crit in a row in order to knock me out, yeah, he does finally switch out. Goes over to Ferrothorn. I'm probably just going to go straight into Heatran. I'm not going to take the Iron Barb's damage if I don't have to. Goes for Stealth Rock. I'm going to put my own up in that case. He could go to probably Gliscor here, I think. No, he gets to Rotom. Okay. Celebi can come in on this fairly safely. I would think that he's probably just going to use Volt Switch, so I'm tempted to just go for the Roar. Or even Lava Plume, because what wants to come in on Lava Plume once this thing's out of the picture? Absolutely nothing. Yeah, he goes for the Volt Switch. Let's hope he goes to Gliscor for some strange reason. We get the burn off. That would be quite awesome. Please, please, let's have the burn. This would be amazing. Just block that poison heal. Amazing. That is amazing. Okay, so that's Gliscor completely ruined. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. I'm so pleased with that. Scizor should be able to deal with this very nicely now. He goes for Roost. I'm not bothered. Like, this thing would normally be getting an eighth of its health back per turn. Now it's losing an eighth instead, so yeah, we're all good. I'm thinking I'm not going to bother removing hazards just because he might just go straight back out to Ferrothorn. He stays in and goes for Earthquake. Okay, so what's going to stop Hawlucha? Probably Rotom Wash. That thing needs to be weakened. But I could pass to it. I assume he's going to go out to Gengar. I think Celebi can survive anything except there's a chance it'll be knocked out by a Life Orb Sludge Wave. If I've given it special defense EVs, I'm pretty sure that would be specifically to give it a chance of surviving that Life Orb Sludge Wave. Yeah, I have done that, but I think from what I remember there's still a chance that it would get knocked out. So it's a little bit risky. Hopefully he'd go to the Ferrothorn, although in that case I wouldn't really have much to switch in. I could go to Rotom. Yeah, because he doesn't really have anything that wants to come in on this. I'm probably just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna bring this thing in. He could go for Toxic. I should potentially actually scout for that. I'm actually gonna go to Heatran just to scout for the Toxic. He might go for Roost as well. He goes for Knockoff actually, okay. I kind of wish I went for Scizor then, because that was my other choice. Let's go straight back out to Celebi. Hopefully he won't go for Knockoff twice in a row. No, he goes for the Earthquake. I could have played this a little bit better. I might go straight for the attack here. It might be strong enough to knock him out. I'm not sure. It probably wouldn't, to be honest. Yeah, it probably wouldn't be strong enough to do that. So I am going to go for Swords Dance. He goes out to Sylveon, which is interesting. Because I can't switch in on that with either Hawlucha or Lucario, but I could potentially switch in on it with the Scizor. But then Scizor's not going to be able to sweep. So I could actually potentially stay in here and there. Okay, I see why he went to Sylveon, because physical attacker Celebi is pretty rare, so he probably expected a more normal attack, like a Giga Drain or Psychic or something. If he switches out here, then I'm going to wish I Baton Pass so that I assume he'd go to Ferrothorn, so I would wish that I could go to Lucario. But if he stays in, then I'm not going to want to switch. If he goes to Ferrothorn, he could use Leech Seed. I'm going to have to Baton Pass. Ah, shit, he stays in. Okay. Fuck. Okay, I'm going to go... I'm just gonna have to go for Scizor, I think. I'm gonna have to go for Scizor and then use U-turn and just hope that I get another chance to do this. Lucario would probably survive one hit, but I don't really want it getting weakened. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go for Scizor. Yeah, he goes for the Hyper Voice. It doesn't actually do too much, so potentially I could have actually stayed in. I'm really tempted to heal up here, but I think I'd like to go for U-turn to try and catch out the Rotom Wash switch in. Ah shit, he stays in. What the fuck? Okay. Okay, let's go to Heatran in that case. We're now actually pretty badly weakened. I really thought he'd switch out there. I'm gonna go straight back out to Scizor and just get some of that health back. I would have thought he'd stay in. He might not, he could go to Rotom. If he goes to Rotom, then I'm gonna regret switching, but he didn't switch before, so I don't see why he'd switch now. He goes for Wish. Which Pokemon would that be passed to? Potentially Gliscor, but Gliscor can't come in because I could use Bullet Punch. He could go to Rotom Wash though, and if he goes to Rotom Wash, then I'm just going to want to have got the Wish off, and I'm not too threatened by Gliscor anyway, so I'm just going to go for Roost. Yeah, he just tries to heal himself up here. That's absolutely fine. I'm expecting a Ferrothorn to be coming in pretty soon. Let's go for the Bullet Punch. Does a nice amount. He goes for the Hyper Voice, probably expecting a switch maybe. But he's in a precarious position now. I'm just going to keep roosting up. I assume he's going to switch. Like, I guess this thing wouldn't be much use to him if it comes in again on the Stealth Rock at 12% health, but yeah, he does actually switch. Okay, so potentially actually Celebi could, like, although Celebi can't do anything to this, it might not be able to do anything to me either. Yeah, he's got Leech Seed, he's got Stealth Rock. If he has Gyro Ball, that's not really a problem. If he has Power Whip, that's not a problem. If he has Thunder Wave, that could be slightly annoying. But I do have Natural Cure, so I should be okay. I'm just gonna try setting up a Swords Dance here. He goes for Spike. Okay, he's got Spikes. Oof, okay. Is he gonna keep setting them up though? Because if I pass at +3 times attack, which is +4 actually, if I pass now and he keeps setting up, I could go to Hawlucha. Well, but then he'll use Leech Seed. But then I won't have rested, so I won't have the Acrobatics boost. Could go to Lucario. Yeah, I can't go to Lucario because of the Gengar. It's gonna have to be Hawlucha. See what we can do. He goes for Power Whip, that's fine. That's, yeah. That wouldn't have hurt anything apart from Rotom, and there's no way I was going to pass the Rotom. I could rest here, activate Acrobatics, however, potentially be hit with a Gyro Ball, also potentially... No, he doesn't have Gyro Ball. He doesn't have Gyro Ball, because he's got Stealth Rock, he's got Spikes, he's got Leech Seed. He'll be using Leech Seed here. Is it worth me getting hit by that? Yes it is, because I need the speed boost as well as the Acrobatics, so I'm going to go for rest. He goes for Power Whip again, which is really interesting. I thought he'd go for Stealth Rock. This has to hit. I'll be so annoyed if this doesn't hit. That's gonna fuck the whole game up if this... Oh, for fuck's sake, dude. You've gotta be kidding me. It's a 90% chance of hitting, and I needed that to hit. Fuck it, let's rest. I don't think he's going to let me get away with this. That would be really weird. That fucked up the game. That really fucked up the game. Yeah, I mean, there's no way I'm coming out of this. I'm only going to get one kill with this. Alright, at least Ferrothorn is out. He's got Rocky Helmet, typical, okay. I am fully I got full health with Scizor, so I can bring that in. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for the Rotom though. And in that case I'm going to want to kind of bring it in through something else. Fuck it, I think it's worth the burn. Okay, he actually goes for the Lopunny, surprisingly. Because that's gonna... I'm gonna Roost. He could go out to Rotom here, but that's absolutely fine. I just wanna... If he starts going for High Jump Kick, I'm gonna really regret not roosting, so I'm gonna Roost. He actually goes for Fake Out. I assume he'll be switching out after this, though. No, he goes for the High Jump Kick. Doesn't get a crit, fortunately. I need to be at 80% before I can safely tank one of those. I assume that he's going to be going to Rotom. I could guess that now and go for the Defog, but I really don't want to risk throwing away the game. I've already been really screwed over with that High Jump Kick miss, so I'm not gonna like take any ridiculously risky plays. I'm gonna be playing it safe. Yeah, because nothing on his team can kill me in one shot, unless it gets really lucky. And the worst thing that can happen is probably getting burned by Rotom. Does he even know I have Defog? I'm not sure if I've used it yet, so potentially he thinks that these hazards are up to stay when they're really not. Yeah, Hawlucha though. Hawlucha would have swept his team, because High Jump Kick would have killed Rotom, Acrobatics would have killed this thing, would have killed Gengar, would have also killed Sylveon, and would have killed Gliscor, so that's really annoying. I'm going to put the timer on, this is taking quite a while. Okay, he actually ends up timing out, which is fine. I like to think that I would have got off the Swords Dance pass to the Lucario, and then as long as the Gengar was out of the picture, I would have swept through the rest of his team. So I think that would have gone okay. We're up to 1,272 ELO now, which is also quite nicely. 10 games undefeated, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Normally you do get quite a good win streak when you're in the early ladder, but it's usually slightly harder to do it with kind of more aggressive teams than it is with defensive teams. So I'd say that this team, at least by my standards, is relatively aggressive. So I'm pretty pleased to have got that 10 win streak. Let's see if we can potentially keep it going even longer next time. I highly doubt it, but it'll be worth a shot. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. We're just over halfway there now actually, so this might actually be a shorter series than I expected. I was thinking potentially 5 or 6 parts. It is going to get harder from now on, so there's still a chance that we will be held back by some losses and things, but things are going pretty well so far. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I will see you next time.